Welcome. So this is our session on Beyond Meditation, attuning ourselves to the human vibe. And we are in these sessions very focused on the human form. And as all of you know, the intention of this particular session that we do every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is to really release that deep-seated inner conflict that we all have possessed, where it is our soul being feeling confined in the human form, and the human form not being acknowledged in the appropriate way, choosing to find gratification outside of it, and therefore disconnecting from its innate vibration of love. So this particular session really gets the soul being to understand that it can be eternal, it can be limitless, and it can express itself in that way fully. And in doing so, it starts to reconnect to the power of this human form. The human form in its innate vibration is the vibration of love. And that is really the foundation of its power. And love as a vibrational frequency is an amplifying frequency. So when the soul being gets to understand that, and that is really what is coming about in this process that we do, it steps into its own limitlessness. It embraces and embodies the indestructible nature of the soul presence and chooses to allow itself to be expressed through the human form. Acknowledging the human form, receiving the human form, and accepting the human form. And it does it in such a way which is so powerful. Rather than acknowledging the human form as something that is distinct from it, it acknowledges itself as the human form. It receives itself as a human form, and it accepts itself in this human form. And that is the power of the coming together of these two powerful energies as one. That is the ultimate oneness that is referred to when people talk about oneness. This is really the underlying oneness that we are talking about. What also occurs when this deep-seated conflict goes away, and there is a recognition and honoring of each other's worthiness and the worthiness that emerges from the two coming together, dignity becomes the norm. Dignity, we are born with three things. We are born with choice, we are born with dignity, we are born with our own unique mastery in relationships. Choice, we are always making a choice. Even if you think that you are not choosing, you're actually choosing to think that you're not choosing. So choice is being made all the time anyway. Dignity is the honoring of our own worthiness, and from that space honoring that in others and other living beings and the planet and nature itself. And that is most impacted, the disconnect with our own honoring of our own worthiness, and that is a disconnect in the context of dignity, occurs whilst that conflict is going on between the soul presence and the human form. So when the soul being acknowledges itself as a human, receives itself as a human, accepts itself as a human, and that coming together that takes place, we enter the space of ultimate harmony. And the foundation of that harmony is the honoring of our own worthiness. And dignity, remembrance is switched on. The other thing that occurs when we go through this human vibe attunement is that release of, actually the dissolving of that separation, very deep-seated separation from source. And it's like an unrequited peace. You know, it also has got fractions of the vibration of regret at choosing the human form even. So literally, as the human vibe attunement starts to gain hold and that oneness starts to emerge and that harmony of the soul presence, knowing that it can express itself without compromise in its limitlessness, knowing that it is omnipresent, knowing that it is indestructible, through this vessel of fulfillment of the divine plan, through its expression as a soul being, and the human form becomes the vessel of that fulfillment, it automatically uplifts the human form into the vibe that matches the vibe of the soul presence. And the human form, with its innate vibration of love, starts to experience itself as limitless, omnipresent, and indestructible, and experiences itself as resourceful, where it has access to all forms of resources that are available to the soul presence. So in our study of the human form, today we are going to focus on something that is actually a reality only for the human form. It's not real for a soul being. However, for the human form it is. And what I'm talking about is death. And this is a beautiful piece of writing that came through. And last time when I shared the writing on You Are Your Mother, I talked about how I've received these bodies of work, these phrases, these downloads, I call them. And it's only now that I'm recognizing, and they were all really great and interesting understanding even when I wrote them. And now it's becoming clear that really a lot of these were there to accentuate and accelerate with inspired velocity the coming together of the human being and the soul presence as one. So this is a piece of writing that occurred about 4 days after my mom crossed over. And that was the first death in my family that I had experienced where I was physically present. I was present when she was departing, and I was present throughout all the different rituals that happen in an Indian home. I was present physically, yes, and I was also connecting very powerfully to her journey outside of the body. And it was like, you know, there were people who would come to listen to her. She was an amazing interpreter of Bhagavad Gita. And people from different parts of India would even come in and listen to her. So we had hundreds of people coming in and out of the house to pay their respects. And I was there just sitting on the other side of the coffin that was there at home where people were visiting and paying their respects with my journal, because she was taking me on a journey into what seemed like a valley of death. And actually what it was it turned out to be this beautiful, powerful valley that showed me what it is, what occurs after a person departs and leaves this human form. So it became a valley of new beginnings. So this particular writing is a very powerful one that emerged just before we went to send her ashes off, you know, like immerse her ashes into the ocean. And it's called And Then They Throw Dirt in Your Face. And it is a talk that is really enabling each one of us to really get to find get to a state of gratitude and peace with this ultimate eventuality of this human form. And it becomes a very powerful unleashing of self-liberation. That's what it did to me. And then they throw dirt in your face. Do this, do that. This is right, this is wrong. You should have, you should not have. This works, this does not work. This is our culture, this is not our culture. Have some self-respect. How dare you? Stop ridiculing. Be kind, be rough, be tough. Be here, be there. This is sad, this is bad, this is good. I think you should. Go, go, go this way, not that way. Anywhere, everywhere. You are too slow, you are too fast. You are in your head until you are dead. And then they throw dirt in your face. I, me, myself, mine, his, more or less, possession, transaction, retraction, extraction, reservation, resurrection. You are fat, you are thin, you are tall, you are short, you are beautiful, you are ugly. It's a never-ending race until you are dead, and then they throw dirt in your face. Prince or pauper, queen or daughter, royalty or peasantry, famous or infamous, basic or grand, saint or criminal, police or thief, it's all in the same place. It's in your head, and then you're dead, and then they throw dirt in your face. It's the same today, tomorrow, 10 years after, 5 years from now, fame, name, love, shame. You are in the fast lane, winning your race until you are dead, and then they throw dirt in your face. It is the same wherever, whenever, forever. So what are we waiting for? Let's create a new fashion. Let's live our life with passion. Right here, right now. Let's do it. Let's go. And remember, wherever you go, there you are. We took Mom's advice and we started connecting to our passion and became uncompromising in living it moment by moment. It also led on to another body of work that emerged during that time where this whole study of death was coming about. And it was all about understanding what is life and what is death. And what I was shown was that life is a state. It's a state where an organism is breathing. And that state can change in a click of a finger when the organism stops breathing. How you continue to remain alive is how you choose to live your life. And that understanding combined with what I just shared, okay, let's choose, let's live our life with passion. Let's make that our new fashion. And how amazing that here we are with the, experience of the crown phenomenon and the advent of the new norm, where unknown is the known, uncertainty is certain, change is constant, taking nothing for granted is the modus operandi, and it is about the thriving instinct, not survival instinct. It literally just, this is the state we are in. This is the foundation on which we as an organism are breathing in terms of our human form. The soul doesn't need any breath. It's eternal, it's indestructible, and the human form requires breath. And it can be breathing in and out, or it can choose to come alive, knowing that it is a vessel of fulfillment of the divine plan. And it is the conduit for the expression of the soul that is eternal and indestructible and limitless. So the thing that people are often fearful about when it comes to death is it's unknown, it's uncertain, it's, there's this fear of loss, and, there's all this attachment that comes from operating from a survival paradigm is what creates fear around death. Well, it's actually just a state. It's a change of state. So you're living now, and that's the state you're in. And when the state changes, you'll continue living, depending on how you choose to live your life. Look at my mother. She's more alive now than she was even when she was breathing. So with that understanding and this understanding of, and then they throw dirt in your face, so you may as well create this new fashion now. So allow yourself to, it's on Facebook Live. It'll again be going on my YouTube channel. Allow yourself to listen to it again. I mean, it's so interesting. I wrote it, I read it, and I've read it many times. And it has a completely different vibe to it, to this body of this, what I just read, when I'm reading it coming from a thriving instinct. It's something that is strengthening and enriching that thriving paradigm, which is the paradigm. It's a death of survival. Thriving is the vibe. And in a thriving paradigm, there is an honoring of everyone and everything. All thoughts, all beliefs. You honor them. You make your choice that you believe is the best for you by honoring your own worthiness. So having shared that, knowing that death is really a change of state, and then they throw dirt in your face, so you may as well come alive. That is the only purpose to life, to come alive. And the tripod of your stool on which you build your life, it's very solid, the choice, dignity, and who you are in your source mastery. And there's a very specific program that we do that there are many of you here who have gone through that program in the Journey into Miracles. And whether you know it or not, starting to find your own passion, that is a really powerful experience in itself. And if you're intrigued by it and want to know more, message us in the chat and we will be in touch about it. Send your emails in the chat too. So, with that understanding, let's invite the soul being to acknowledge itself as a human, to receive itself as a human, and to accept itself as a human. And as it does that, allow your human form to receive that acknowledgement. Allow yourself to receive that acknowledgement. Allowing is really the art that is at the foundation, that foundation of the harmony that takes place, the release of conflict that will occur within you. It is the art of allowing. So allow yourself, allow this human form to receive and to accept. And as you receive and accept, we will go through a process that will enable you to anchor what you have just been acknowledged for, so that you can rise and express yourself with this amplifying frequency of this human form, which is love. So get yourself to be comfortable. Make sure that your back is supported. Doesn't have to be resting anywhere. You should just feel that you're supported. You can close your eyes. You are connected to the core of the earth with a golden cord, which has the frequency of precious metal gold. It also has the presence of shungite, which is a meteor that came on this planet about 15 million years ago. It has a neutralizing effect in the context of any negative vibrations as well as pollutions and pollutants. This golden cord also has the presence of the precious stone emerald. In your right hand, the palm of your right hand, is citrine, a very powerful crystal of stillness and connecting your identity, your I am presence to your solar plexus, releasing anything that grips your solar plexus when a negative connotation of fear comes in. On your left hand is the presence of ruby, the precious stone ruby. And I'm scanning you from the top of your crown all the way to the base of your feet. You can, if you wish to scan, and you don't need to, you just be in this space. And as you're doing the 9-4-6 breath that you're going to begin, I will be scanning you. And with every scan that I complete, you will feel as if there is a column of light that is starting to form all around you. And you are in the center of this column of light. And this time, the color of the light will be determined by your own illumination. So allow yourself to be in the center. And you're in the center of your world. You're going to breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 6. So breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just focus your attention into your heart. And you're going to breathe in love, kindness, and compassion into your heart. And you're going to breathe out gratitude and peace. But just keep doing that while I activate the illumination for each one of you that is here. The column of light is like a shower, like a light shower, a shower of light that you're surrounded with. It is illuminated in the color that is your light. You may be aware of it and you may not be aware of it, but it is a column that is illuminated. And it's also a column that is allowing a flow of light. So there's a very powerful exchange of light energies that is taking place. A golden light from the center of the sun is rising through this column, and a pearlesque white light from the cosmos that you all anchored within your body is coming in from the cosmos. And from either side of you, from the right of you, is a very beautiful light, and it's a light that has the color of fluorescent green that is coming in. And on the left of you is another beautiful flow of light, and it's a light which has got the color of a translucent purple. And as these lights come and meet into this column, there is a horizontal shower of light that starts to occur. And it's like a very fine mist that is entering your body. And it's entering every cell in your being. It's lacing your cells. It's cleansing your cells. It's infusing your cells with the illumination of you. Some of you may feel a little bit of tightness or tingling in your third eye region. Notice that your tongue that might be sticking to your palate on the top, allow it to rest and relax into your mouth. Your ears will crackle a little. And as this occurs, you're allowing yourself to receive this beautiful food for your cells. This nourishment of this illumination is also food for your intellect, bringing your mental state into a deep state of rest. Your emotional distresses have now been plugged into a healing frequency. And you open yourself up to various connections that your soul had already agreed to make in this lifetime. And you get present to the environment that makes you, that defines you. And in doing so, you notice that stash of worthiness that you had completely ignored that exists about 4 inches into your body from your navel. You're plugged into your own worthiness now. And as you do the human vibe attunement chant, that connection to your own worthiness starts to surface. And as it gets into your sacral chakra, it literally travels across all of the 13 chakras. And an awareness and an understanding and a receiving of your own worthiness starts to occur. You're grounded and you're pulled up by the back of your crown. So you're standing tall, shoulders drop down, and a cellular memory of your presence, embracing, embodying, receiving, accepting your own worthiness is anchored in. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your right hand this time and put it over your heart. And take your left hand and just have it over your solar plexus. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your left hand down, put it over your navel, right hand remains on your heart. Breathe in, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your right hand over and get it to your throat and just keep it there. Your left hand remains on your on the top of your navel. Breathe in, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take both your hands in front of the middle of your eyebrows, your third eye. Rub them against each other. You're blessing yourself with your own electromagnetic frequency that is illuminated, emanating the vibe of this human presence, which is love. Put them over your eyes, open your eyes in them, take them on top of your head, the back of your head, on the side of your neck, down your arms. Blow. So the human vibe attunement, the beyond meditation process is complete. And as you know, we always love to hear from you what a word or even a sentence. I'm seeing people are sharing a sentence or so that you're present to. Do share that in the chat, and it will be great privilege for us to share it with everyone else. So thank you so much for being here and playing your part in the dissolving of that deep-seated inner conflict. As it dissolves in you, your holographic presence is so significant now and so widespread, especially those of you who are in the middle of your journey into miracles and those that are in the part of the Federation program with me. You know, we work on this ongoingly, and there are several of you who have been a part of my team, our Ascended and Descended Master team that are on this call. Since 2015, we have been doing some pretty big planetary work, preparing us for this time. So all of your holographic presences are so huge that as you come and take part in this human vibe attunement, it spreads and touches so many lives. Everyone that you have ever connected with, directly or indirectly, everyone that your soul chose to connect with in this human form as well are impacted. And here we are in cyberspace across many oceans, lots and lots of landscapes of land. So there are many beings that are there that also experience that little touch of that pixie dust as we do this work every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Beautiful messages coming in. So we have, wow, beautiful Mynoo, absolutely loved. And what I just read, beautifully written. Divine presence, wishes, divine illumination, love, exclamation mark, gratitude, love. And love from Yanni too. Yes, Yanni, that's great. Thank you. Beautiful. Wonderful, expanded center, so very thankful. 1,000-yard share, yes, Sean, and beyond even. Thank you. And Mama Ji, yes, our beautiful planet. Thank you, Clytie. Space, infinite gratitude, love, blessed, glowing and peaceful. Togetherness, so much gratitude, unusual experience, heavenly, transcending the dualities. Indeed, indeed, that's exactly what we're doing. Thank you for your being, and thank you for your being. Gratitude, again, more thank you. Vivid, the space was vivid yellow, orange, and deep green. Yes, beautiful. Such fabulous frequencies. Divine presence, ki jai. Thank you. Magic and miracles. Thank you. And then they throw dirt in your face. Indeed, indeed. Colorful harmony. Purple was the light that Prerna experienced. Quite special, very special. Thank you. And you know, these things are available live. They will be on my YouTube channel too. So you can, of course, go back and revisit as often as you like. Thank you so much for being here. With that, I declare our gathering complete, and I'll see you again on Saturday. Thank you.